So hello and what's up guys. So this is my second video for CSP tutorial. I will actually do this tutorial by sets, which I like separate different cases. For this video, the common characteristic or called a set is like it have these two like that, and the rest are the corners like that on one of your sides. So let me start. So for even parity. Oh wait, let's talk about tracing. For tracing, you trace it this way. You see this? 6. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You put this 6 like that, like that. Like you put this 2 like that. You split the 6 into 2 and 4s like that. So you start tracing from this 2 piece, go around. And for the bottom, you can do it in any orientation. Whether the position of 2 doesn't matter anyway. Just don't put it like that. It's unsliceable. So of course you wouldn't get any result. I mean you wouldn't get a right proper result. So just hold it like that, like that, like that, like that, or like that. As long as it's sliceable. So just trace this way. Start from this green edge. This position. I don't mean the green edge, but I mean the position. Like that. And proceed. So for even parity, you convert it into I mean scallop like that by keeping this pair like at the back like that. Then you solve it. I think it was too fast. So like that, like that, like that, like that. So wait. Wait. Sorry. So. Oh wait, let's do odd. So if for odd, you trace the same way, but this time you put this pair edge at on your front and the other pair at the back. So you pair scallop from the back like that. And you solve scallop. So if you got it on, if you like so anyways, if you get it on the bottom like that. Okay, so if you get on bottom, you just rotate your cube, trace it the same way, then just so for even parity, like you see, like if assuming this is the small piece, so I will do something like that, right? So you just which is pairing up this one and this one. So you just pair this blue and red piece with this one, just like you're holding it like that. You just pair them together. Then I will guarantee you get the same result. You do not need to learn a special different execution or like tracing angle or some stuff. So or do bar flip. Or okay, got it. So same thing, trace it this way. Now I'm teaching odd parity. As assuming like this thing is a small piece. For odd parity, you pair the scallop at the back, which is this thing pairing up with the other one. So if for execution of hold it like that, you need to still pair this thing, this thing and this thing. This orange blue pieces and this green orange. Just pair them. Then you get scallop and solve scallop. Alright, so the next case is called 2. That's how I call it. So same thing, you can hold the 2 anyway, as long as it's a sliceable position. So you trace it like that. You see, you take one of the pairs of 2. It's either this one or this one, whatever whichever pair doesn't matters. So you just hold it like that in the middle of this slice, in the middle. So you just trace, starting from this corner, go around, and proceed with bottom, whatever piece is here. If it's a corner here, you continue with the corner, else you continue with the edge. So what you do is, for even parity, you need to remember something called even back, odd front, right? So for even parity, you just put this 2 at the back, then you align your 2 case like this. You can do a U or a U prime, it doesn't matter. Then you just slice, then you will get shield. Okay, so for odd parity, since I say like even back, odd front, so odd front means like you put this thing in front, then you pair it as scallop, I mean shield. Yeah, it was even, I mean like even back, odd front also works for this case. If odd front means you put this thing in front, I mean you put the whole thing in front, because odd front. For even back, so you put the thing at the back, and then you put this thing 6 at the back, like that. That's how I remember all these cases. So so if you get it on bottom like that, you also trace it from the same angle, just trace as normal. Just ignore this thing, just pretend it's also a small piece, then you just trace. And so example, if I get even, so even back, so I put this, when I execute, I need to put this at the back. It will be something like this, which I pair this thing and this thing, which I pair, where I pair this pair and this pair as a shield. So if I want to execute the solution, I need to pair this thing and this thing as a shield, like that. Anyways, you just pair the same thing. You just pair the same thing as you will if it's like if it's not mirrored. Okay, so for odd parity, okay, let me flip this. So for odd parity, you also trace from the same corner, whatever piece here, and then odd front. So it means that this thing must be in front, and then pair it up. So like in this case, I'm also pairing this thing and this together with this. So if I'm holding my puzzle like that, I need to put this thing in front also, and then slice up, make sure I get a shield. That's even back, odd front, how I remember it. So for my next case, it's called 411. 411. Still the 2 set, so it's 411. So for this case, you trace it like that. You see this L-shaped thing, this part, this thing. So you hold it like that. For the bottom, you hold it any way you want. So for even parity, even back or front, so it means that you put this thing, this key thing, this L at the back, like that, and you get this. This is you set up into paw by doing this, by holding the L at the back. So odd front, you set up to paw by holding this L in front. Then you put this two pair at the back. Then you pair it up as paw, and you solve paw. So if you get the mirrors, you trace it the same way. I think I can skip this step. You just trace it the same way and pair the thing that you are supposed to pair together. Okay, this is my last time explaining this. So it's just as an example. So if example I get even, so even back, so it means that this L, this blue and green pair, which forms blue and green white pieces, which forms an L, needs to pair with this thing. So I just need to pair this thing and this thing together. I just hold it at this angle. I just pair these two, this blue, green, and this pair together. Then I get, this is how I pair paw. So okay, so if I get odd parity, it means that I need to pair this red, black, and this white, green. This L with this thing. So I just pair them together. So I know it's here. These two. So it means I pair this thing and these two together. And I need to form paw. So I just, these two and this thing. So next is called the 3-3 case. So for 3-3 case, you see this pair like that, and then this forms a paw. So you separate this case into paw and left paw and two pair. So you trace it from this two pair. You start from this edge, go around, then continue with whatever piece at the bottom. So even back or front. So okay, even parity. You put this whole, you make sure like everything is there's something in the back like that. So you do this, I mean like you put this pair at the back like that, now pair it up into 5-1 5-1. You see, I believe you are familiar with this case. You can set up into scallop kite, so just set it up into scallop kite, and scallop kite is locky. So odd front means you cannot have too much pieces or whatever at the back, so you need to have them in front like that. So odd front, so you put these pieces in front, then you pair this thing with this paw, so then you set it up into scallop kite. So for the mirrors, okay, I find I'll explain it one more time. So even back means you put this in back, then you're supposed to pair this pair with this tree, the remaining tree. So you just pair this pair with this thing together. Okay, then you continue by setting it up into scallop kite. So for odd parity, you put everything in front like that. So executing it from this angle, put everything in front, then pair this thing with this pair like that. So my next two cases are, one is called 2-4 and the other one is called 4-2. I do not know which is which, so at least you can see the difference like that. So okay, let's start with 4-2. So for 4-2, you trace it like that. You put this 2 at the back. Okay, I don't know whether it's 2-4 or 4-2. Anyways, for this case, where when you put this like that, the thing is on your left. So you trace it from this angle. For even parity, you convert this into shield by doing like that. You preserve this as one of the shield and use this pair and plus this one to create another shield. Like that, you do like that, you put it here, shield, then you solve shield. So for odd parity, instead of doing shield, you do scallop like that. I'm not explaining mirrors. So for the other case, as you can see, when I put this here, I don't see the 4 pieces. It's splitted into half. So for this case, you put these 2 on your right hand side. These 2 orange pieces on your right hand side, right middle. Okay. So for you trace it like this way, and for bottom you trace it in any way. You can trace like that, anyway. So as long the top looks like that, it doesn't matter however you trace. So for this case is the inverse of the previous case, like even becomes odd becomes even. So it might take you some time to remember which is which. So for this even parity, you do scallop like that. Pair this and this, it will automatically get scallop. So for odd parity, you do shield. Preserve this thing as you preserve this as like one of the shield, and then you use this yellow pieces and this two to create another shield. Then you solve shield. So that's all for my first part one of these two cases.